So, apparently, Blanche Devereaux, a character on the show Golden Girls, which started in 1985, was 53. 53. And she was portrayed as a retiree living in a house in Florida with seniors. Now, in real life, she was a little older, but this is what Hollywood is telling us 53 looks like, or it did in 1985. Meanwhile, in 2021, there was the show called And Just Like That, which was the sequel to Sex and the City. These women, similar age, around 55, are also portrayed in a Hollywood manner, but they are Botoxed gazelles running around Manhattan on the hunt. And for another Hollywood portrayal, we have the ladies on The Golden Bachelor. Older versions, but they are smoothed out with plastic surgery. Their faces don't move. They too have hair extensions down to their waist and lips that maybe got stuck in a pool drain. And you know, in one sense, it's not their fault. This is the Hollywood version of older women, and they bought into that myth. Now, of course, there can be exceptions, but for the most part, they're not real. And to me, that begs the question, who is kidding who? Somewhere between Blanche and Botox, real women over 50 and 60 and beyond flat out disappeared. Hi. If you're new here today, I'm Star. I'm 74. I'm an artist, and I paint, and I talk about what it looks like to be creative in later life. And it's not just about artwork. It's how we live each day. Around here, we respect our commitments to others and the roles that we play in our lives. But we do not accept the pressure to age quietly, out of sight. We do not have an expiration date, like a carton of milk, and we do not become part of the furniture. We know we have valuable years ahead of us, and we intend to live them. Not with an attitude, just like normal people. In this place, my channel, still artsy after all these years, is a place where we encourage each other to do just that. So if you've been here before, you'll recognize this as my orchid sketchbook, and that's what I'm going to work on today while we chat. Let's get started on painting. Today, I've got the sketchbook taped off and the gouache paints are out. And I'll start in the background of this orchid sketch. As usual, I'll wet the paper to let the paint flow into the larger area before beginning any flower detail. Now, back to Hollywood and their portrayal of older women, which really does influence not only how younger people see us, but how we see ourselves. We might like to think that doesn't matter much, but it has a surprisingly serious impact. It appears Hollywood in recent years has given us two choices. Option 1, a golden girl. You're 53, basically retired, wearing soft shoes and living with your friends in Florida. Option 2, a golden bachelor girl, or a remnant from Sex and the City. You're 55 or maybe older, with hair extensions down to your waist, wearing designer clothes, and looking for love, or some semblance of it. Frankly, none of these look anything like the women I know. To me, real women over 50 or 60 or more are living their lives. And their lives are messy, but beautiful, creative, but complicated, and both ordinary and extraordinary too. When I think back, I realize that a lot of my generation were trained to be something long before we had any say in it. Keep in mind that I'm 74. I graduated from high school in 1969. Think Woodstock and the Summer of Love. We were supposed to be nurses, teachers, or secretaries. We learned to be the peacemaker, the responsible one, the good girl, the fixer, the helper, or the one who never drops the ball. Or, as a TV commercial at the time said, bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan. And we got good at those roles because we had to. We were programmed that way. But now, some of those roles really don't fit anymore. And come to think of it, some never did in the first place. So ask yourself, what no longer fits? What have you outgrown? Maybe you are no longer the family cruise director. Maybe you're not the only emotional shock absorber. Maybe you're not the woman who says yes to absolutely everything. And maybe you're not the one who keeps the peace at her own expense anymore. Guess what? That's not failure. That is growth. That is a change of seasons in your life. Life is dynamic. It moves and changes. Are you moving and changing with it? Or did you get stuck? Find yourself in a rut? Outdated? And don't know quite what to do? It happens when you're busy doing everything for everybody else and you don't even notice. One thing you need to figure out to get to the bottom of this is what are your natural strengths and weaknesses. If you strip away all the job titles and the family roles, what's left? Who are you without that? Maybe you are naturally creative, but not very good at small talk. Maybe you're great at taking care of people and not very good at asking for help. That's pretty common. Maybe you're organized in your head, but not on paper. Maybe you're calm in a crisis, but you lose it over a printer jam. So, what are you good at and what drives you crazy? These are good things to know. And we forget to ask ourselves these things because we're too busy being useful to everybody else. Now here's an interesting clue to who you are, in case you're wondering. When someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," what's the first thing you say? Do you say, "I'm a mom," "I'm a teacher," "I'm retired," or maybe "I'm a caregiver"? Me, I'm always quick to say I'm an artist, and I am. That is not an outdated role for me. It's not something I used to do, it's current. I paint or draw most days. I love to craft, and I find that the artsy attitude has taken over other areas of my life, and I like how that fits. So that first sentence you tell someone is usually the identity you're going by and clinging to, even if it's outdated. Ask yourself, does it fit? Is it what you want it to be? Now, here's another way to nail down your current identity. If someone described you after you left a room, what 3 to 5 words would you want them to say? Would you want them to say you're kind, creative, that's one of mine, lively, or quiet? reserved, shy, funny, maybe steady, brave, curious. Think about how you'd like to be described. Because these words tell you more about who you are now than any personality test you can take. Then there is a big one, and that is your values, which includes the deal breakers. Your values are your guidelines. They are your compass. Maybe you value honesty, but you have spent years smoothing things over, not quite letting the truth come out, sweeping things under the rug. Maybe you value peace, but you've been living in chaos. Maybe you value creativity, but you haven't had room for it in a while. You have to have your values in order to have your life be smooth. And those deal breakers, they matter too. Things like disrespect, manipulation, being taken for granted, ignoring deal breakers when people treat you in a way that you don't like and don't approve of is very emotionally taxing and stressful. It will erode your trust in them and eventually in yourself. You really do have to honor your own values that are deal breakers. You simply won't feel right in your own skin when your values are not honored. Okay. I think I've fooled with it enough for now. And we are ready to take the tape off, which is always exciting. So I'm going to expose this other page, which will be the next painting. The little drawing's already there. And this is the Cheap Thrill. Seeing these beautifully sharp borders. Oh, and like I said, it does take a little bit of the paper with it, but it's okay. I think it comes together better when you have the page underneath exposed, because these dark backgrounds I have mixed feelings about, but my reference photos have those, and it's the best way for the orchid to show up. If this has a really busy background, you really don't see the flower. So the background either has to be very dark or very light for the flower to show. But I'm happy with that, and especially with the sharp edge, because it can be framed with a little bit of that page showing, and it would be quite fine. And let's see here. And I've said before, I have been signing my name in this pattern since 1973. Very consistent. And I am happy with that. And part of my orchid collection, I hope to get enough of these to do a set of greeting cards or maybe even a calendar. So we'll keep at it, and I hope you'll stay with me and we will chat and paint more orchids. If you're an artist, please feel welcome to paint along. And if you're interested in that, I could actually post the reference photo for you to work from as well. It's a royalty-free photo. And your interpretation would be different than mine, and I would love to see it. But if you just want to stay for company and maybe you knit, maybe you do crosswords or jigsaw, cooking, whatever you're doing while I'm talking and painting, I am glad you're here, and I hope you'll stay, and I hope you'll come back. So we'll talk a little bit more here shortly. So how are you doing with all this? I know these questions can really stir things up. They do for me whenever I think of them. But addressing these things brings us clarity. It gets us out of any rut we probably have fallen into, we all do. And this is really the work of our 50s, 60s, yes, 70s and beyond. This is when we get to regroup and rewrite the script. It might take some doing, but aren't you worth that? I think so. So here's your homework, and mine too. Start taking notice. Number 1, notice the roles that you perform in life. Number 2, notice the words you use to describe yourself. And number 3, notice what fits and what feels outdated. You don't have to fix anything yet. Just start paying attention. And when you're ready, come back for part 2. That's when we'll talk about how to update yourself for the woman you are now. Meanwhile, remember, you are always welcome here. See you next time.